Northwest, the battle to claim the Apple Cup, always hotly contested. And even when these teams have struggled and winless seasons have been part of the equation, that just intensified the resolve to bring home the apple. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars, taking on a team from the American, the Washington Huskies. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Washington State lined up to kick it off and get this game going. Fielded in the end zone, it's Street. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Washington Huskies offense will get first crack at it today. Washington, as it so often has over the years, dominated the last time they saw the Cougs.
That was a statement win for Washington. We now play in the Big Ten. Washington State, you do not. And they wanted to put everybody on notice. They blew out the Cougars.
And that's just not fun if you're a Washington State fan. You've seen Washington win this over and over again. They go to a bigger and better conference. You're left behind. You at least want to get the apple. Last year you didn't. This year you got a bite at the apple.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll go to the counter play. A stop in behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Off the play fake. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They'll run the sneak for it.
Man, I like the call. 3rd inches, I feel like I can get a few inches. I just need to fall forward, but this defense more than ready for the quarterback sneak.
I think as a play caller, that just makes you second-guess everything. You'd love to think you can just dial up QB sneak to pick up that first down. Now, you're probably going to have to hand it off to the big fella behind you to keep this drive going. Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and trot his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. They're working that left side. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun.
Then you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. So they put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. He'll pull it on the read. Spins away from the defender.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Off play action. Finds the tight end. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down. And the Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quick.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. And how about this guy upholding that linebacker tradition of a Shaq Thompson or a Mason Foster?
And you think about those guys that can do a little bit of everything. They can play the run and be physical, but they have the athletic ability to play in coverage.
Oh, he's got some space. Knocked off his feet.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next third down manageable, try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Washington State sends out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. That one's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be dead at the 35-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They really sputtered out of the gate, turned it over, punted the last time they had it. We'll see if the third possession is the charm. Handoff to the lone back. At the 45 on its way. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense has it 1st and 10 from the 42. To the air on first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. A continual subplot since these two first squared off in 1900 is Washington State trying to prove it deserves the same respect and status as UW.
And I think oftentimes the great rivalries out west are forgotten in college football. This game between Washington and Washington State is absolutely fantastic, and I'm so happy that with conference realignment, they were able to keep this game on the schedule because it is always fun to watch.
It is fun, and it's for the Apple Cup, and here's the cool thing. These teams, they're not in the same conference anymore. They used to be for years. But this rivalry still lives because it still matters to the Washington and Washington State fans.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. This time he's got it. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. From the 22 on 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the gun, the running back has it. To the 10. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
It's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it. How about that one running it too? Great push up front.
Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Huskies. The offense cashing it in on that drive. On to attempt to try. And the extra point makes it 7-3. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. He'll start this drive going to the air. Pocket breaking down. Complete to the left. Sprinting away. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Off play action on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at 42.
But for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
We've reached the break. Bow down to your leaders, Washington. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That brings him to within 1. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
To the air on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. He might want another play. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll leave it with him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knocked him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Finds a man in the middle. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. Washington coming to the line with another first down. He'll do it himself. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Yeah, and it's so hard to contain this guy with all those options he has and the experience at the quarterback spot. But nice job by the defense limiting the damage. Didn't give up a huge gain.
And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
And that's a big missed opportunity there. And sometimes it's just those small things. It's getting your feet set so you can throw the ball with good accuracy. A lot of times.
And he murders into the end zone. Touchdown, Husky. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT makes it 14-6. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Finds just enough space across the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him, and sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
He's got him in the flat. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on third down and try to get a first down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Complete to the right. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Hauls it in, the first down and more. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. To the ground with the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Turning it on. Touchdown, Washington. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-6. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Miami had a dominant win, the kind the folks in South Florida were used to in 2001 when Ken Dorsey, Clinton Portis, and Jeremy Shockey led the Canes to a national title. Talk about a special team. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. The Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep down the right side. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Looking downfield on first down. Going for the big play. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Give to the running back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
He's going to look for a man on third and short. Got his man quickly. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43. And the Huskies will snap it on first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught. They've got the first down. Mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock.
And that's what this defense needs to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning this defense around.
Under fire. Going to try to get it himself. He stopped short, and it's fourth down.
Well, the sack on the last play obviously put them behind the chains. He's doing everything he can on this scramble to try and go and get the first down, but got to give the defense tons of credit. Not only do you get the sack the previous play, but you're able to chase down a pretty athletic guy and now set up fourth.
The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. Not a chance. Missed it. And after the missed field goal, guys, the lead's still at 15. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Huskies and Cougars.
Washington ready to kick off to start this second half. Out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? Here comes the heat.
You have to imagine the game plan in the second half. being down. I got to come out and throw the football successfully, but how about this offensive line? They don't do their job. They don't protect their guy, and the defense setting the tone right out the gate.
He's got great speed. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. Hand off from the gun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
So they're not comfortable with their field goal kicker from here, so the offense will go for it on 4th down. Rush is on him. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football. Rides the back on the option to give. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. And this is the type of defense that have made the Huskies a factory for pro players.
Yeah, and Reese, when I think about Washington football, I think about defense, I think about right place, right time, great thought process, just physical, make you earn everything they get every single year.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Washington State will have to boot it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick touch pass to the receiver. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Trying play action. Under fire. Got it in the middle. It's quick. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down. Inside the 25. They'll snap it from the 24. 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. It's complete to the left. Now the connection takes it to the 11. The Cougars have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Going for 6. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. The give to the tailback. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it still on his feet. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Oh, and the attempt is no good. Missed opportunity with the field goal, and the deficit is still 15.
And That's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They've got to do their job.
I'll tell you, this defense and their front seven, they're going to have to play with great eye discipline because they know they are going to see this type of misdirection in their run game, and they got gashed there.
Got room to work. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
The Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Here's the pressure. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll go back to work and punt it away for the second time. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gives it on the option. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down coming. He'll take a deep shot here. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Washington State sends out the punt unit. They're up to half dozen kicks today. He'll field the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. On the ground with the counter. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beat you.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Wilcox. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Huskies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. There he goes. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the run. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Using the quick game. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw. stretch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Oh, they're after him. Touchdown, Husky. And the route is on. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back. These guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
They'll move the tight end. Give to the back. Brings a tackle, and he's got room. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Looking for a productive play on first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. And the Cougars can really attack on this second and short. Looking to fire. Working that left side now. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. New set of downs after the completion. On the move.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down. Lofts one high and deep. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
Makes the grab on the left. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
To the air on first down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play.
And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Here comes the option. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Pressure coming. And he's snowed under. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Finds his man. It's quick. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Grabbed in the middle. It's quick. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The Cougars want to crank the tempo. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Catch in the middle, it's Rasmussen. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He'll try to do it himself. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Picked off to stop the threat. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side. They've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee.
Number 17, on to kick it away.
The Huskies had that dog in them in this one, taking down the Cougs